This one, I'm not really sure what to make of. I came across this when I was looking for a short read to go between books, basically. And it was recommended to me on KU because it was a short read. Like, there's a whole raft of short reads, most of which I've already made my way through. But this one stood out to me, mostly because of the creepy-ass clown on the cover. I don't really rate clown horrors that highly. In my opinion, Stephen King kind of ruined that for people. I've had a go at writing a couple of short stories myself. They're not my best work, but generally, I struggle with clown-based things, not because they freak me out, but more because I don't know how else you can do it other than it's already been done. And I didn't really enjoy Clown in a Cornfield very much, although I have got the second one to read. But this was a vastly different take on the clown horror genre. So, there is a legend, an old legend, which speaks of something that isn't quite human and is forever on the outskirts of society, on the outskirts of towns, stalking through the night and living amongst the shadows, out of sight, but you might hear him as you pass by or hear the scrabbling as he's chowing down, let's try that again, on some roadkill or random animal that he finds in a field or at the side of a road. And he's been given the name of Colours the Clown. Now, stories about this creature have been forged around campfires and graveyards, and gradually he's become like an urban legend. Like, if you say the name Colours the Clown, people would be like, oh yeah, I've heard that story. In the meantime, you have Bernie, who is, let's be honest, a drug-addicted burglar. And he's decided that he's going to do one more robbery before the holidays just to get him back on his feet. And he has unwittingly attracted the attention of Colours. And he's going to regret that. Now, I can't say too much more about it because it is only a 71-page book. However, I didn't expect what I got with this book. I expected the story to go from the beginning through the action of the plot to the end. It didn't do that. What I thought was going to be the whole story turned out to only be the first half, and it was concluded. I thought, okay, so where do we go from here? We then find Bernie in a different place. Now, it's not a spoiler because at the very start of the book, he says that he is in prison. So we pick up in the second half where he's in prison. And it's almost like it's two short stories put together. So it's a completely different continuation. We delve a bit more into the lore of Colours and where he actually came from. The suggestion of his appearance and his mannerisms is kind of explained a little bit. Although it's never solidly confirmed, that seems to be the going theory. And when the book ends, you think, okay, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that, that's that. And then there is a note that says there is another novel coming to continue Bernie's story. Now, for me, if it's going to include Colours, I don't think there's enough material there for a novel. That's just my opinion. However, I will read it because I'm curious. But I think it all wraps up quite nicely. So I gave this one a 3.5 stars. It was a very unique take on clowns, and I think it worked really well. It's quite violent, it's quite bloody, but it's nowhere near the level of splatterpunk. It's just quite... the nature of the beast negates that the book is quite gory. But yeah, I thought it was really good, really well done. And for a debut story by C.S. Jones, I thought it was top notch. So, I gave it 3.5 stars. And I would say go pick it up. It's on KU. It's in the short read section. Maybe not read it at night. That's the one piece of advice I might give you. So if you want your book or your story reviewed in one of these videos, go to the link in my bio and fill in the form, and we might see you in the next one.